On the second day of a trek to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, our guide announced we had a problem. The river he planned to get water from was bone dry. A tributary he hoped could serve as a backup supply for our camp was nothing but dust and stone too. The guide, Andrew Mafi, sent our porters, who had already carried an immense amount of gear for nearly 6 hours, on the 90-minute round trip to get water we needed to drink, cook and clean. They lugged it back to camp in heavy, sloshing buckets. As Mafi explained the situation, the clouds parted. For the first time since arriving in Tanzania, I had a full view of the summit dome. It was enormous, intimidating and, shockingly, almost barren. In the past, the peak was covered by ice and glaciers and snow. But because of global warming, it's like bare rock, Mafi said. We are getting worried. Climbing to the roof of Africa has never been easy, but as climate change turns the storied snows of Kilimanjaro to dust, and concerns about ethical travel complicate the very idea of adventure in the developing world, it is arguably more fraught than ever. In the past, the thick glaciers that covered Kilimanjaro's broad, 341-foot summit resembled a polar ice cap. Only this one is sticking straight up from the equator, among the most startling and compelling spectacles on the planet. For centuries, people living on the tropical coast looked at the mountain and assumed it must be home to the god of cold, Mafi said. His ancestors, who farmed the lush slopes, believed it was home to the god of water. But those glaciers have lost about 90% of their ice since the 1800s. According to the United Nations Environment Program, and the pace of evaporation appears to be accelerating.